Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today, and I'm going to welcome you to my warehouse. It's not overly big. We kind of make do with what we have, and you know, as you're growing a company or a business, sometimes you take risk, and one of those risks is I started a new business or a new offering. Online blade sharpening service. So this is kind of a little addition to the warehouse, kind of back here in the corner by itself. So like I said earlier, when you're in business for yourself and you kind of got that entrepreneur go-getter spirit, you know, you like to kind of create things and try to make a living with it and that kind of thing. Well, this is part of that. The Reedgit is reedgit.com, and I've actually had the website set up for about a year now. Just haven't had the time to pull the trigger on it and launch it, and we're kind of in a position now where we're just ready to do that. And so the website's live, everything's sitting on go, and I want to take a second and explain to you exactly what it is. Now, in a few videos earlier where I'm washing my mowers and things like that, you hear me kind of reference, hey, send your mower blades to Reedgit. Well, it's not an outside company, it's my company, I own it. And that way I got the idea was, you know, you got these knife companies that, you know, you might have a knife. I lost my pocket knife today, and it really bothers me because I've had it for like 8 or 9 years and I lost it. Hopefully it'll show up, but I was going to pull my knife out and show you a knife. But, you know, you send your knife in, your kitchen knives or whatever, they sharpen it, send it back to you. That's the general concept of it. We don't sharpen knives, we don't sharpen reel mower, the cylinder reels, I don't have any of that. It's just your basic standard rotary lawnmower blade, and of course we can sharpen any of them. It doesn't matter if it's a high lift straight edge blade, mulching blade, all the way up to the you know, the mulching type blades where they kind of got the little curves in them on the cutting edge itself. Here we go, here's one right here. You can see how it's got the bend in it right here, the little curve. So those are no problem, we can sharpen those as well. And the way it happens is there's 2 different ways you can do it. Number 1, you can take your mower blade off, your mower, whether it be 1, 2, 3, whatever many. You package it, you send it to us, we sharpen it, clean it, balance it correctly, and then we send it back to you. The second option is we send you a package, just like this white one right here, and it comes with a nice, clean, professional looking Reedgit box that's made for lawnmower blades. And you package your blades in here, make sure you package them very well, make sure you tape up the box very well. Of course, that goes with whether you send them yourself or if you wanted to do this particular option, make sure the packaging is good. You want to make sure the package is wrapped up tight and secure. Once we get the blade, then we, you know, obviously take it out of the package, we clean it, sharpen it, balance it correctly. We don't use any of the little cheap balancers that you sit on your, you know, your workbench or something like that. We don't use a nail and hang it on a nail. Oh, that's the incorrect way to balance a blade. We actually use the Mag 1000, which is the ideal way that you want to balance a mower blade because it gets the balance perfect. Now, if you were to go option 1 and you were to send it to us yourself, you are responsible for the shipping insurance. Okay, I want to make that clear. Okay, that's your responsibility because you're sending us the blade. If you don't go with option 2, where we send you a package and then you send it back, we're responsible for the shipping insurance because all that's covered with the shipping label that we provide. And yes, option 2, where we send you the package to mail back to us, that will include a prepaid shipping label inside. So the $1 million question, Pete, I sharpen my blades. Why would I even want to do this? You're right. Let me tell you who this is not for, and then we'll talk about who it is for. It is not for folks who are dialed in, who have a grinder, who have one of these little sharpening gizmos that they sell on the internet. You might have a setup with a bench grinder. Whatever the case it is, however you choose to sharpen your blades, if you're already doing that and you're comfortable doing it and you enjoy doing it, and maybe you're too peculiar to send it to me and let me do it, I don't want your blades, okay? It's not for you. If you take your blades off and you go to a local shop, local lawnmower shop, and you are supporting your own local business, and those guys sharpen your blades and clean them and balance them, and then you go back and pick them up and put them on your mower and go cut your grass, I don't want your blades, okay? I don't want to take away local business. If you are supporting your local lawnmower shop, by all means continue to support your local shop. I don't want no part of that. So that takes out a big chunk of people, right? Well, I believe there are people out there who don't want to fool with it. Maybe they don't own a grinder, and maybe they want their blades sharpened professionally. Maybe they don't have time to do it. Maybe they don't like getting their hands dirty. I don't know. There's so many other people out there that just don't want to fool with a lawnmower blade and sharpening it. That's the person I'm going after. If you're wanting the convenience to pop your mower blade off, get a package in the mail, stick your blade in there, send it to us, know that it will be balanced, clean, and sharpened to perfection, then this might be for you. That pretty much covers who it's not for and who it is for. I realize this is part of the risk. Maybe there's not a whole lot of those folks out there who want to send their lawnmower blades in and sharpen it. I get it. It's a risk I was willing to take, and we'll kind of see how it goes. Now, for those of you that are overly concerned about the price of this service, let me break it down and let me explain it to you. If you look at that price that's on the website and you do some math, about 75% of that is shipping, and if it's option 2, includes the packaging. So you take the number you see on the website, do some math, figure out what 25% of that is, and that's actually what we're charging to do your blade. If you do that math, it's really nothing different than if you would go to your local shop. In some cases, it might be cheaper than what you're paying your local shop to do it. Again, not trying to take anybody's local business away. I'm just telling you that for reference so that you understand that the shipping, that's the convenience part of it. That's the majority of the price that you see on the internet. That's what you're paying for, is the convenience factor. Is to have it to where you send the blade and it comes back and it's ready to go. So the shipping part of it, totally completely out of my control. We have had multiple meetings with UPS and the post office, and we have the absolute rock bottom cheapest price on shipping that we can get. So that part of it's out of my control, and again, that is the convenience factor in it. If you're willing to pay the 75% of the cost is the shipping, then so be it. You are. If you're not, so be it. Now, one thing I do want to make clear, don't send us any damaged blades, meaning if the lawnmower blade is bent, if the lawnmower blade has severe chips or nicks in the cutting edge, don't send them to me because I won't sharpen them. What we'll do is we'll call you, package them up, send them back to you, and then you're responsible to pay the shipping on it, because I'm not going to pay the shipping on something that I'm telling you not to send. Does that make sense? If the mower blade's bent, or if it's damaged severely, meaning has really bad chips in the cutting edge to where it just can't be sharpened or can't be repaired, you're better off just go buy a new blade. So let's take an old yucky blade right here, and you can see this thing is just all jacked up and rusted and beat up. I'm gonna do half of it the way we would do it, and then show you the end results and see what it looks like. So for this example, I'm not gonna balance the blade simply because it won't be a true balance. I'm only gonna do half the blade. If this blade were to be unbalanced, it would hang down like that. Let me show you a blade that has been recently done. This right here is what a balanced blade should look like using this particular balancing system. It should be pretty much straight across. If it were hanging down, obviously that would be unbalanced. Well, Pete, I have brand new mower blades. They don't need balancing. Well, that's incorrect. I've been sharpening mower blades for a very, very long time. I'm really missing my knife here. I have yet to get a blade from the factory that's been balanced correctly. That's any make, model of mower. These are brand spanking new Wright mower blades. And I want to show that to you right here. Put it up and look at it. See what it does? The blade is not balanced from the factory. It's just not. And on top of that, it's nowhere remotely close to being sharp. It actually has a blunt, dull cutting edge. Here's your cutting edge, and you can see listen, once I sharpen a blade, there's no way in the world I'd ever do that because it would cut my arm wide open. So first step, I'm gonna clean the blade, because if it's not clean, you can't balance it correctly. And yes, if you are a person who comes to our local location here in North Carolina, we will be offering the re-edge it service here, where you can sometimes come in, get your blade sharpened while you wait, depending on our workload. Other times you may have to drop them off and leave them and come back and pick them up. You can see there's a pretty drastic difference in that. And of course, if that were grass clippings that are getting built up on the blade and all, we get it cleaned all the way back down to the metal. Next is we start sharpening it, and this is going to put a perfect 30-degree angle on it, which is recommended for cutting grass. It's going to have a really sharp edge on it. Typically, when we get a blade in, we'll kind of go back and forth from the sharpener to the balancer to see where we're at, see which side we need to take material off of. But in this case, I'm not going to balance it simply because I didn't clean this side over here. I just did that for demonstration purposes only. Those of you who know what you're doing, you're going to call me out on this because I have the blade in here to angle. That's just one of the little tricks I use. Sometimes when blades get off the 30-degree angle, they need to get the 30-degree angle put back on them. Okay, in this particular grinder, it's easier and quicker and faster for me to put it at a little bit of an angle to get that 30 degrees back. Then I can come in here straight and sharpen it. So I'm sure somebody's going to comment and say, well, you're doing it all wrong. Well, I'm not actually. Now that's an edge right there. Here's the shipping envelope I showed you earlier. Look at that. Cuts right through it. You can imagine how healthy that is for your turf when you're giving it a clean cut. So why even sharpen lawnmower blades? Why go through the trouble? Well, it's very important that you keep a clean, sharp blade for the health of the turf. Okay, when you cut that turf with a dull mower blade, you're creating a wound on the turf grass, and that just is inviting disease and all kind of issues that go along with that. But when you have a good sharp blade and you give it a good clean cut, a manicured cut, it's just healthier for the turf. It is what it is. You can look at it kind of like your own body. Let's say you had to go to the hospital, Lord forbid, and you had to have a surgery. Okay, you wouldn't want the surgeon using dull scalpels and dull cutting utensils, would you? That wouldn't be good. Your skin wouldn't heal back up properly, right? Same difference with the turf. It's a living plant. And when you cut it clean, it heals back properly. Same difference with pruning. When you're pruning your bushes and stuff, you want to make sure your shears or your hedge trimmers are sharp, because you just don't want to damage the plant intentionally when you can avoid that by keeping a sharp edge. So the link will be in the description below. It's reedgeit.com. You can check it out if you want to. We're in the process of setting up a subscription service to where some folks may want to send their blades in multiple times a year to keep them sharp, and that we're going to try to work out a discounted price on that. We're also going to franchise this. So I'm going to attempt to franchise it. I'm in talking with my attorney, getting all that part set up. It's my goal to have a Re-Edit location in every single state here on the homeland. So once I get that franchise portion worked out, I'll be letting you know about that as well. So when's the best time to do this? Well, here's what I recommend. If you are someone who wants to use this service, I'd recommend that you have 2 lawnmower blades for whatever mower you have. And if you send one to us, that way you can continue mowing if it's during the mowing season, and you get that one back, and when one gets dull, you send us the dull one, put the sharp one on. Or wintertime, that's when the grass isn't growing. It's time to get all your equipment prepped and ready to go. So wintertime is going to be the optimal time. That way you get everything done, get everything sharpened, and you're ready to go for spring. So quick recap, reedit.com, mail-in blade sharpening service. So let's do this for the remainder of the month of January, and the entire month of February, and the entire month of March. If you place an order on reedit.com, you will be entered into a drawing for a brand new FlowZone Typhoon sprayer with my complete nozzle setup. The nozzle buddy, the 12-foot wide nozzle, all of them. So the rest of January 2023, February 2023, March 2023. On April 1st, I'll go in, and whoever's placed the order during those months, we'll do a drawing, and you'll win a FlowZone with all the nozzles. On top of that, and I think this is a pretty big deal, for the first year that we're doing the Re-Edit service, if you place an order during that entire year, and we take care of your blades and get them back to you sharp and in good shape. So the more orders that you place during the first year, the more times you're entered into the drawing. I'm gonna give away a lifetime free lawnmower blade sharpening. What that means is, as long as I'm alive and living on this earth, and as long as I'm running the Re-Edit business, as long as it's functioning and operating and alive, the business, you'll have free lawnmower blade sharpening service through us. So let me go over that one more time. The entire year of 2023, if you place an order, or if you place multiple orders, the more orders you place, the more times you're entered into this pretty cool contest, I think. When we get to January 1st, 2024, we'll do a drawing from all the orders that have been placed in 2023, and you'll win a lifetime free lawnmower blade sharpening. What that looks like is what I'm defining as lifetime free mower blade sharpening is that's 4 times a year. Okay, we'll send you a package, you send us your blades, we'll fix them up, send them back to you. You can do that 4 times per year for as long as Re-Edit is alive. And if you were the lucky person to win, you won't have to pay a dime. All the shipping charges and everything is included in that. It's 100% free, 4 times a year, again, for as long as Re-Edit is alive. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. I'll check you later.